Here are your Court News Ohio top stories in 5 minutes. Ohio Supreme Court Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor laid out her plan to make judicial votes count by raising voters' awareness about judicial candidates to members of the Columbus Metropolitan Club on August 19th. Part of that plan includes a new website, judicialvotescount.org, where Ohio voters can learn more about judges in their areas so they can make informed decisions on Election Day. Chief Justice O'Connor said too many voters believe judges are influenced by politics and money. She also said a quarter of constituents don't participate in judicial races because of voter fatigue and not knowing enough about the judges.
It's very difficult to find information about the individual candidates for the judiciary. But if you do the math, half of the eligible voters don't come to the polls. Plus, the rate of judicial drop-off can be anywhere from 25% to 40%. So judges actually are selected by such a minute percentage of the electorate as we have the system right now. We need to do better than that. It's unacceptable.
To improve the way Ohioans select judges and enhance confidence in the judiciary, Chief Justice O'Connor said she developed a 3-point plan.
If we move the judicial selection process to the top of the ballot, we move the judicial races to the odd years and call them the judicial years, and we encourage voter participation through education, we'll have eventually an increase in the number of voters who are informed voters about the judiciary.
Voters are encouraged to visit judicialvotescount.org on September 1st to find out more about municipal court candidates on this November's ballot. Customers in a class action lawsuit filed against a Cleveland auto dealership lost their fight in the Ohio Supreme Court on August 27th. The lawsuit was filed after a financing dispute between a couple buying a truck and the auto dealer. The dealership had an arbitration provision in its purchasing contract that the customers said was unreasonable. 6 of the Supreme Court justices ruled that the customers didn't all establish that an injury occurred or that they suffered damages from the arbitration provision. The ruling reversed the 8th District Court of Appeals decision and sent the case back down to the trial court for further proceedings.
It seemed like it'd be really hard to express your feelings on a drum, but over time it becomes kind of easy to kind of express what you're feeling with sound.
17-year-old Josh has been participating in a therapeutic drumming circle for 3 months.
A lot of people think drum circle, you just play drums, but no, drums are just a part of it. It's mainly expressing feelings to the group, and sometimes you can do that using drums as a medium of doing so, or you could just talk.
The program is a collaborative effort between the Delaware County Juvenile Court, Maryhaven, and the Central Ohio Symphony. The Symphony's executive director and lead percussionist, Warren Heyer, brought the idea to the Juvenile Court, and in just a few short years, he's watched the program and the youth grow.
It's interesting to see the young people change. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's fast. There's lots of little successes, and we gain a lot of pleasure in those very, very small successes.
Heyer and fellow percussionist Katie Thompson help facilitate the sessions.
My goal as a facilitator is to try to help each of my participants communicate better with those around them and to realize that the world is not completely out to get them.
Delaware County Juvenile Court Judge David Hemanowski is pleased with the partnership.
I think it highlights, though, the need for us to be willing to find creative ways, innovative ways of being successful with folks who have very serious and very hard to break addictions.
Rhonda Milner, clinical supervisor at Maryhaven in Delaware, follows a written protocol for each session.
There's so many different skill building things built into it. Leadership building, teamwork, self-esteem building, communication, problem solving.
While a grant helps fund the program, it was a Kickstarter campaign that allowed the symphony to commission an original musical piece that incorporated the drumming circle and led the nearly sold-out crowd on a journey of the program participants, from addiction to recovery and graduation.
These were young people who they don't want to do what you ask. They could care less about anything. They're not interested in anything, and they played the entire piece with precision and total dedication.
That's a look at Court News Ohio's top stories. Visit courtnewsohio.gov for the latest headlines on Ohio's courts.